Say hi, Rox. Hi. Alright, so we're about to go on an adventure really quick. Don't mind the jazz music. It's kind of windy today. Heading out into the garage. So a couple weeks ago I got a newer car, I suppose. It's a 2004 C5 Z06, 20,000 miles, basically all original car. Paint and everything's in beautiful shape, underneath's in beautiful shape, no leaks, interior's perfect shape. There's no like rips or anything in the bolsters, everything's there, no pitting in the windshield, anything. Really nice car. So I get it home, and when I was at the dealer I talked to them about tires, because the back ones, which are here, looked pretty low. You can see the wear bar there. So basically when I got home I measured it, and it was about 1/32, which in PA that's below the legal limit for inspection. So the other night I jacked the car up. As you can see, it's all on jack stands, and I took the wheels off, and I came to find something really interesting. So in the front, while the middle looks pretty good and it's getting close to the wear bar, these would most likely pass PA state inspection, until you walk over here and you get this nice surprise. Oh, look at that. All the belts of the tire. So that's great. And it kind of, doesn't go all the way around, I guess, so it's a little misshapen in a sense. So maybe the tires are slightly flat because the car really hasn't been really driven since, I guess, the last year, 2 years, a couple years, however long it's been. And the other side tire, you can see there's a little dry rot in there. I don't know if you'll get that. Now you can kind of see it. But that's not the important part. The important part, again, is the inside of the tire here is basically bald. And this one, I don't know that you can really see any belts. This one seemed to have worn a little bit better. So we either have a camber issue, or camber issue, or there is an alignment issue. So the more concerning part is I've driven this car probably 150 miles or so since I bought it, and lo and behold, the inspection was done just this last year. So from the time the inspection was done till now, which where these tires are at, there's probably been a total of 200 miles put on the car. So there's no way on God's green earth that these tires are passable by PA state inspection standards. So it would seem as though this particular dealership just slapped the sticker on the car because it hadn't been driven and said, yeah, it's good. All the miles, there's no miles put on it, so it's got to be good. So I'm a little upset about that, because obviously tires for this car are not cheap, and I would have negotiated in the price had I thought about that. When I looked at the tires, they were a little bit worn. Obviously the front ones are in better shape than the back ones, but you know, that's what you get sometimes when you buy a used car, and I got a pretty decent price on the car, I suppose. But nonetheless, now there's a bigger issue. I could have drove this car home like this, and a tire could have blown out, and that could have been the end of the car. It could have been the end of me, whoever was with me at the time. Fortunately, nobody was with me, but so right now I'm kind of going through some battles with the dealership to try and have them either reimburse me for tires, which I'll be trying to install on today, or you know, have them just pay for them and have them installed there. But I've called about 300 times in the last couple weeks and haven't really gotten anywhere. I've called there twice today while making this video. Again, haven't really gotten anywhere. So I'm just gonna go have tires put on because I'm running very thin on patience, which is not typical for me, but this is really friggin' frustrating. So I wanted to make this video to kind of talk through it. I guess show the car a little bit, because it is pretty clean. There's only a couple little paint chips and stuff, yeah, so nothing's really done to the car. Car's in great shape other than that. And but yeah, I was just kind of perturbed at this whole thing, and I thought I'd make a video for people that are looking to buy a car from a dealership, because you really do have to pay attention, even if it's at a dealership you know, I don't really have faith in buying cars from many people at all, including dealerships, and this is kind of a prime example of what would happen if you don't really look at the car, have it put up on a lift. I kind of made some assumptions since it was at a dealership. It had a fresh inspection, that everything was kind of gone over, looked at, and that everything was going to be good. And well, those tires proved to be the opposite of good. So I figured I'd make this video quick. I'm gonna probably add some more stuff once I get back here and put the tires back on and do some stuff. But yeah, talk soon. Okay, so this is part 2 of the tire saga. So yesterday I was able to get new tires for my C5 Z06. It's a 2004. Basically, you can look at the other video to understand what's going on with the other tires, but basically I bought this car a couple weeks ago and I took the tires off, and the 2 front tires had the cord showing on the inside. So again, either there's a camber issue or there is a toe issue, which I'll be doing some string alignment tonight just to validate some things. But in all the searching online that I've done, specifically about tire sizes and heights and how they compare, I figured this would be a good video to go through and show the comparison of the 295s that are the Eagle F1 tires versus a Continental 295, and then also for the front, a 255 versus a 265, because those who are worried about that 10 millimeters, it's really not much to think about or worry about. So anyway, so I got the tires stacked here. The rears are over here, the fronts are over here. I did put a level on it just to make sure that everything was level, to get a good view of the side profile, and then to be able to measure the height. So if you look online, basically you can find out what the heights are from the tire. But I do have a tape measure, so I did measure the 295, or yeah, 295s. If you look at the ruler, which it's not, you're not going to see anything, but basically it comes out to 28 5/8 is what a brand new Continental extreme contact sport tire comes out to in height, and then a used Eagle F1 is about 25 1/4. So it's obviously there's a lot of tread difference between the two. And then for the 255, I actually didn't measure that one before I started the video, but if you look at it, it's about 24 5/8. You could argue 3/4. But again, I leveled these as well. So a brand new 255/35 is what I believe I got for these. 255/40, sorry. So 255/40. It is, yeah, so 24 5/8 is what we're getting on the tape. And again, I leveled these tires. And then for the used cord tire, which probably has about 2/32 on the middle, is about 24 5/8 as well. So 2/32 left on the Eagle F1 versus a brand new Continental. They're about the same height. So the overall relationship and ratio height-wise for the car should be fine. I did do some research before I bought these tires. Obviously, that the height and the differential between the rear and the front in height won't cause like a traction control or stability issue. So we're good there. And then as far as the width is concerned, I'll take the camera down and show it at a different angle, and you can see. But the 255 versus the 265, not a huge difference. The 265 Eagle F1 looks a little more square as a tire. I think the 255 has a slight, I don't want to say stretch, but you can definitely tell it's slightly different. And the 295 is really, I mean, you can't really see any difference. Plus they're worn, so they definitely look more square. But anyway, so I got this camera here. So if you look at side by side, you know, they're both wide meatballs in the back. And then as far as the fronts are concerned, if you go around here and don't mind the four-wheeler tire, don't know, because the lens type here. But anyway, they're really negligible in terms of the difference. So anyway, I'm going to put these on tonight, and then I'm going to end up doing the string alignment to try and get it at least as square as possible so I can take it to a shop, because I don't want to wear the inside of the tire out. And I'm going to try and do my best to try and measure some camber as well. But anyway, that's part 2 of the update. So for anyone that gives a crap about what a 255 versus a 265 looks like, or a 295 other than an Eagle F1 tire versus the Continental, that's what it looks like. And the Continental tires, you can get all 4 for around $950 or close to $1,000, I think. So in relationship to what the Eagle F1 tires are, they are not run flats, but the ride quality is really good with these tires. I've had them on a Boxster before, and I really like them. And price-wise, they're reasonable for how big they are. So anyway, that's update number 2. Okay, so we're all done. We've got all 4 tires on. I did the old string cheese alignment. Just to see what it looks like, and actually it works out really well. I've done it a couple times, but everything looked good, so I don't think there's an alignment issue. And I went for a drive, and it seems the wheel doesn't move, and lo and behold, the braking is a lot better now that the tires are either not cupped or that the inside cords are showing. So I actually don't get a brake pulsation either. So it all kind of makes sense at this point. But anyway, here's how it looks. So the tires, basically, I mean, the backs are no different really than the factory tire. And then as far as the front, don't mind the tire spooge. Looks, you can kind of see, but it all looks good. So anyway, it's all done. No worries about going fast on the highway anymore. Yeah, ride's great. It's quiet, and I did do the bolt lower mod, so we'll see. I mean, it only probably drops it like a ½ an inch, but it's better than nothing considering all the German cars I've had. The wheel to tire gap is generally 0. But car looks good. Happy with it. I guess that's it for tonight. See ya.